All right, thank y'all for tuning into the Save Jackson YouTube channel. We're going to go through some abandoned and burned out and closed down businesses in and around Jackson, Mississippi. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel at Save Jackson. Here we have Candlestick Park. That's the old remote control race car place, Small Cars Incorporated. Here's the old Fun Time Skate Land. It is abandoned and closed. Right here's the old Tennis South Center off McDowell Road. It is still open, but it was a good picture, so I wanted to share it. The old Leaning House. It used to be a photography studio there on McDowell Road. That used to be Pizza Express, and there was a little pool hall next door to it. It's there on Cooper Road. This is the old donut shop there in the Apple Ridge Shopping Center. There's the old Apple Ridge sign. Well, that's actually the new one. That was the bowling alley. This was the drugstore that I believe later turned into a grocery store. Apple Ridge is in bad shape. It needs to be completely destroyed, flattened. There's an old laundromat. That's the inn next to the Castle Apartments. Terrible. And I believe a church there next door owns that, so no taxes are paid on it, and it's just left to rot. And there's a lot of that in Jackson. The churches owning property they don't take care of. That's the old bike rack. Building's in great shape, but I think it's empty. That's the old Rhythm and Brews off Robinson Road. Nice little bar that was open forever. That was a Pizza Hut, and I want to say it was also Rumors Bar and Grill. Wood Stereo was there, old Mama Woods. Everybody had a Wood Stereo sticker. That was the old CS Pool Hall right there at Candlestick Park. Used to be a gas station before it was a pool hall. And you have Mario's Italian restaurant at McDowell Square. CC's Pizza. Welcome to CC's. That was the McDonald's on McDowell Road. Lots of fight happened there back in the 90s. Five Happiness. We all know the rumors of Five Happiness using animals. Wingfield High School is not abandoned, but I figured a lot of you hadn't seen it in a while, so I wanted to post a couple pictures of it and the buildings behind it. Just a little trip down memory lane for you. The old Southwest YMCA, another building owned by a local church that is not taken care of, and no taxes are paid on it. Like I said, that's a recurring theme here in Jackson, Mississippi, is churches owning property they do not take care of, and nor do they pay taxes on it. And I'm going to start getting a hold of the land rolls or the tax rolls and putting these churches on blast. I do not care. It is time to hold them accountable. Donate the property to somebody who will take care of it and pay taxes on it, or start taking care of your property. Here's the old legendary Punchy Steakhouse right there at Shady Lane and Raymond Road. It was owned by a professional boxer. I can't remember his real name, but he went by Punchy. That was the Gunworks, man. Some good friends of mine lost a family member there one day in a robbery. The old Southside Baptist Church. I believe they host Teen Challenge and stuff there now. And the old Southside Assembly of God, which I still have some family members that go to Southside Assembly of God. Here's the Ellis Avenue Shopping Center. It's right across the street from there. You have the first Sam's Club in the state of Mississippi was there. There was a Pizza Hut, and I grew up right over here by this place, so that's why this area means a little bit more to me. There's an old church behind it there that I didn't get pictures of. It used to be Walmart. There's the old $1 movie theater there at the back of Ellis Avenue. The Hunt Club there at the Ramada Inn on Ellis Avenue. That was the Weston Sizzler on 80. The old Morrison Brothers Music and Kickstand Motorcycle Shop. The Bel Air Shopping Center. Not abandoned, but cool signs. I wanted to share the picture. That was Johnny's Seafood right there on 80 across from the Coke plant. The Hill. Man, I had some great times as a kid growing up going to the Hill to eat steaks with my parents. Always had a live band. Probably ruined me. There's the Coca-Cola plant on 80. We're going to get some drone video of that here soon. Now, the Mark 51 sign, not abandoned, just a cool old sign I wanted to show you guys. The tattoo shop there is open, but it was also George's Catering back in the day. That was my first job ever. Here's the worst shopping center in America, Jackson Square. We actually did a video on that shopping center that you can find on our YouTube or Facebook video channels. That was the rear entrance to Jaded, Jackson's first gay club. I just thought it'd be funny to get a picture of it and show you guys. That was the Boardwalk, and it had a couple other names before that right there on Terry Road. The old Hollywood Video on Terry Road. And I believe that was the original boardwalk bar, and the JPD had a precinct there also. Dogs and Suds and Hudgies right there on the corner of Cooper Road and Terry Road and Daniel Lake. Witten, I went to middle school here. That's why it's got a picture. I was in that area and just wanted to get a picture of it. Maybe some of y'all haven't been down Daniel Lake lately and seen Witten. That was the first abortion clinic in Jackson, as far as I know. It was right there on Terry Road. The Casa Grande apartments all burned out. The old Scotty's restaurant, best country fried steak ever. Palm Bridges Park. Man, we're going to do a whole video about this here soon. We get some drone footage out there. The Home Depot that decided it was better to close and go build a whole nother building in Clinton. This is the one that was on 18 behind the Metro Center. The Office Depot is still open there. Mazio's on Highway 18. This whole corridor you're going to see through this video is abandoned. The old Edge nightclub entrance at Jackson Square. That was the very first picture I ever took for the Save Jackson page. That's 1 year later. So here are the pictures that made this page famous. I did a ride around one day and took some pictures on my lunch break at the Metro Center and just showing people how abandoned it was. Went viral on a local level, and the rest is history, as they say. The Metro has recently been purchased, at least the inside mall part, by some lady. They're trying to get it open. We'll see what really happens there. I have my doubts, but I wish them nothing but the best. I've just become pessimistic over the years with anything that seems half-assed at best. That's the entrance where the Morrisons was. That car was broke down there that day. Crazy. Just a random Impala SS. Just broke down. Stolen something. Police department does have a precinct in this mall on the other side. It's not pictured. So it wasn't 100% abandoned, but it's abandoned. It's a shame what's happened to Jackson. It was a once great city. Really, really hurts my feelings. That was the Ruby Tuesdays entrance. You know, I don't care, conservative, Democrat, whatever. We've had 25 years of the worst leadership you could ever have. You know, when you started seeing your tax base move to stick your head in the sand and deny that nothing was going on, you should be put in jail. And we keep voting the same idiots in over and over and over, expecting some change. I mean, isn't the definition of insanity doing the same thing over and over again, expecting something different to happen? That was the old Sears Service Center there. And I recently rode around the Metro Center because I work right across the street from it, basically. And I don't care if they reopen the mall, but unless they repave the roads around it, it's a moot point. Nobody's going to go. Here's some old pictures that I got from somebody who had got inside the mall while it was abandoned. The interior, at least from these pictures, appears to be in great shape. I've heard rumors about the downstairs being in having some foundation issues. I don't know whether those are true or not. I guess time will tell. But the inside of the mall was redone a few years ago, so it's in good shape. Still a really nice mall. That was a strip club at one point, and then they changed it to the Stardust. I had a long war there with that guy and Miss Boots here at the Horseshoe when I was in the bar business. The McDonald's outside the Metro Center. The old Mississippi Music, of course, it's closed. 90% of the businesses in here are closed. That's an older pic of Scotty's before some church painted it. The old Bobby's Cut Above sign. I did have that sign, sold it to a buddy of mine. It's in safekeeping. This detail shop is still open, but it's no longer painted like that. I wanted to share a picture of it when it was painted like that. That sign is at the end of McDowell Road, right there at the interstate. And then, of course, the legendary Bebop Record Shop and Hooper Stereo at the Metro Center. That was the old Lynch Street movie theater. The old Moose Lodge. And I do believe the Moose Lodge is still open. There was the old Moose Lodge swimming pool. It's just a slab of concrete now. The Masonic Temple on Capitol Street. It is no longer open. I believe it's a homeless shelter. The entrance into our closed Jackson Zoo. And here's one of the craziest things, man. Puckett Machinery, one of the biggest industries in Jackson, moved because Harvey Johnson wanted them to pay for their own infrastructure stuff to keep them. Ridiculous. They went to Flowood and have a whole area dedicated to them now. This is the Best Western on. It was a Best Western at one point on Highway 80 at Ellis Avenue. It's where an unfortunate hate crime happened at. Some kids came over from Rankin County, ran over a black man at the entrance there, killed him. It was tough to live around here during that time. I want to say that was 07, 08. I can't remember exactly, but a very sad deal. We had our senior homecoming after party there because they had the indoor swimming pool in the big atrium area. It's somewhere else that's on my list to get some better pictures. When we first started doing this urban exploring stuff is when I got these pictures. There were some vagrants in there, and I just didn't want to get out of the car with my fiance, now wife at the time, with me. And potentially something bad happened. But I'm going to get the drone up inside that atrium. Right there. Drone coming. Yeah, I recently rode by there, and there was a fire coming from in there. And I called 911 for some reason. Should have just let it burn, but I don't know. I guess I'm crazy. Here's the old Joker's Tavern. This is out on the other side of town in North Jackson. It's the old water slide there on Frontage Road by the car dealerships in South Jackson. Bill's Greek Tavern out there off Northview. The old Jackson Honda Yamaha shop, closed. That's the United Artists Theater sign for the Clinton Movie Theater that's now a church because, of course, it's a church. This is right there at Ellis Avenue. It's the South Point Shopping Center. The Mississippi Unemployment Office used to be in there. That's the original Forest Hill High School sign. The Ferrari South on Gallatin Street. Of course, that's closed. El Chico's, one of the best Mexican restaurants ever, right by the Metro Center, closed. The old McRae's Shopping Center at Meadowbrook, closed. The legendary Sun and Sand, I took that picture last week. The old Dutch Bar, it's closed for different reasons, but closed nonetheless. Here's that recent hotel that got burned down in South Jackson right there on the hill by the old water slide. Good riddance. It was just a crack, drugs, hookers, all that. There's a picture of it actually on fire. That was the old putt-putt mini golf there by the Metro Center. The old Jackson Ice downtown. They relocated. Here was a Subway Lounge location. If you grew up in the 90s in Jackson, you partied at the Subway Lounge late night. That's all that's left of the old Summers Hotel right there, just a slab. It is better off torn down. North Park Movie Theater here, closed, but they are reopening it under new ownership. Wendy's on Highway 18, they relocated, left an abandoned building. That's the old Pizza Hut on Highway 18. Looks like it was most recently a check cashing place. This was a church downtown. I actually made a meme out of this for our Facebook page that went viral. This is the downtown YMCA right there at High Street. Crazy. This happened in my neighborhood. Literally in my neighborhood. Here's the old entire city lake Hyco, that's abandoned. There's an old yacht club that's underwater there. Just Google Lake Hyco in Jackson, Mississippi. Here's the old water land that was right there at County Line Road, torn down and abandoned. The next one is the Rapids Water Park out in Brandon there. We can't have nothing nice in or around Jackson. All that's been torn down since these pictures were taken. I just wanted to show y'all kind of what it looked like when it was just abandoned, because none of this is there anymore. They had the lazy river there. And, you look back, there's nothing there. Here's the picture that made us famous. We actually saved this girl's life. She was at a gas station, burned out, dope needle in her arm, foot on the gas, car in drive. We called 911, took a picture, went crazy viral, millions of shares. All right, man. Thank you, guys. Stay tuned for more. Good picture.